The government has been considering laws requiring organisations to report data breaches to the Privacy Commissioner and affected individuals for over 5 years now. The government introduced a bill into Parliament in May this year, but curiously they failed to debate the bill on the floor of Parliament, so the bill is in a state of legal limbo at this stage. In terms of the coalition position on the bill was referred to a Senate subcommittee, and that subcommittee reviewed and approved the bill and recommended its passage through Parliament. However, a full section of the report was devoted to the coalition senators' objections. They had two principal concerns. One was over the lack of definition of the triggers for mandatory notification, those triggers being the terms serious harm and serious breach. And secondly, they had an overall concern over regulatory overload, given that there are already existing privacy reforms that are being implemented next year, and businesses were already digesting those reforms. But I think despite the coalition's concerns, the issue will remain on the coalition's agenda should it win the election later this year. But they'll probably wait until after March next year when the existing privacy reforms have been implemented.
And Niranjan, if the laws are eventually passed, what would it mean for businesses in Australia?
Businesses will really have to take a closer look at its security practices in order to minimise the threats of cyber breaches and also minimise the reputational and other legal liability that arises from notification. You don't forget that notification is very costly. In 2011, a study revealed that in the United States, the notification cost per data breach was in excess of $500,000. So policies and procedures will need to be developed by companies in order to address data breaches, and they'll need to make sure that their records and information are adequate to identify affected individuals quickly and respond efficiently. Part of that response will be a data breach response plan and also a data breach response team. And that team needs to have a diversity of individuals across the organisation, from privacy to IT to senior executives, investor relations, and of course legal. So the policies will need to be practical and easy to follow because speed is critical. The Privacy Commissioner criticised an organisation for taking a week to respond, and so it will be important that everyone is trained and ready to act quickly.
Niranjan, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.